up, everybody? Edman20 here, back with another video. Um, in my last video, I was talking briefly about Star Wars and the upcoming new trilogy, um, and I'm here to share my thoughts on the new show that they're making, TV show. For those of you who don't know, initially in my previous video, I discussed mainly what I want to see in the show, and I did a little research and found out what I want, what it's actually going to be. Um, it's called Star Wars Rebels, and based on the title, it's pretty safe to assume it's going to be between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope. So it's 3 and 4. So here's what I want to see. Number one, main character. The only character that I'd honestly accept, even as a remote, the only character I think makes sense and I think we should see, is Starkiller. Um, the only character I'd honestly accept in this show. Reason being, since this is Rebels and this is about the rebellion in its early stages, um, I think his character is a good main character. I don't see who else they could possibly use. I mean, Layla, really? Do we really want to see her as a main character? Um, yeah, so I'd say tell a lot of his stories from Force. I'd say do Force Unleashed 1 for the majority of the show, but kind of expand on it. Have them go on filler missions, if that makes any sense. Um, so him as the main character. Second, I'd probably have the supporting characters. Of course, if you're gonna have Starkiller, you gotta have Juno Eclipse. You gotta have Proxy. You gotta have Coda. Um, so those are givens. I'd say you can show a lot of the early politics of the rebellion, because they're doing this and they're doing another show, which is supposed to be the political aspect. And if these are going to be running, if these are going to be running within the same time frame, then they have to intertwine somehow. Um, I don't know why they're doing Rebels. This is kind of like a thing that they've always been doing for the past couple of years. Very tight squeeze continuity between Clone Wars and New Hope. That's been the status quo for the last couple of years, but uh, I digress. But yeah, those characters I think are a must. Layla you can show as a supporting character. I don't think show her about as often as you showed Padme in Clone Wars, if that makes sense. She's there and we know who she is, but she's more relevant in New Hope, so you really don't need to. Um, I'd even show the closing scene, and I'm thinking way far ahead. Show this the closing scene of her um beginning to right before she gets captured and brought to Vader. Show a couple scenes before, a couple of moments before that, um, and you can have it end within that time frame. Um, so if you're going to do that, which is what I think they probably are going to do. Um, so that's show Starkiller, and I'd probably have you can go into Force Unleashed 2 um, continuity, but explain the clone as being the Sith resurrection technique that Darth Sith was it no Palpatine uses, who in all honesty he spammed for a couple of years, at least in Star Wars time frame. But yeah, say that the clone is Starkiller using that technique instinctively, but not not cognitively. If that makes sense, and say that Palpatine does this to test the extent of the resurrection technique because he didn't want to use it himself without making sure it works. So you can say that I'm not saying Coda, Starkiller learns that technique from Palpatine, and T ends up killing him, which is the ending for Force Unleashed 1. This is the problem when you have video game endings, because you don't know which one is canon, so you can't really say either is wrong. Um, so I'd say have the ending be I'd say they're both canon. Yeah, say that the good the light side ending if you played it. You look it up on YouTube. Um, and you know what? I'll think I'll link it in the video just so you know what I'm talking about. So for light side, I'll put right here, um, and dark side right here, and you can go check that out. Um, yeah, say that light side is the beginnings of the ending, and then he learns his technique from Palpatine. Um, well, Palpatine tried to kill him, but that didn't make sense. All right, he learns it from Vader, um, or like he learns it somehow, um, and this, or it could be forced. Yeah, have it forced on him instead. Have Palpatine like use some dark Sith like technique or whatever, and bring him like in and put him in his clone body, and like his consciousness isn't really connected to the Force. His original body's dead, so you can so that fits in with continuity. You can say like the original body's dead, but his consciousness and soul and essence and memories and everything else is within the clone body. So he's the same person essentially, just in a different body, which isn't really that like ridiculous from anything probably any sense. But yeah, have that be a good part of the first half of the series. The second half, I'd say, switch gears, quickly do like the New Hope movie, in TV form. Like have it be like 4 episodes. Yeah, have it be like a 4 part, like 2 hour like episode. Introduce Luke Skywalker, and then do like a lot of in between any like significant events between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. Um, and then they just show the entire movie in TV format. You do episode Empire Strikes Back in like a 4 part like mini movie within the series. You go into like anything that happens between episode 5 and 6, and then you end it with 6. Um, I think that would actually like because this is Rebels, so if this is what it's going to be, this is what you have to do. So I'm gonna call it a day. This has been 24 signing off. See ya.